Thanks very much, Bernie, and can I also pay tribute to all of the voluntary work that has been done by the Lilley Australia Day Committee in putting this together. This is the 17th year that these awards have been presented to local volunteers in our community. It's always been a day that we've saluted our flag, we've sung our national anthem, and we've talked a bit about what it means to be an Australian. And this year it is something special, something really special. This year we've got something special to celebrate. It's not just what we've seen in terms of the bravery of our diggers in Afghanistan, but most particularly when it comes to volunteering, it has been that extraordinary voluntary effort that we have seen that is unprecedented in our history over the last couple of months. The floods have really pointed to something, I think, very special. They've shone a light on the qualities of heroism, on the qualities of mateship that we always knew were there, but are so much stronger this year. And I guess, as I was saying before, our challenge is to make sure that that transfers through to subsequent generations. And from what we've seen by the response of younger Australians to the flood in this city and in this state gives me great faith in our future. But there was also one other moment during this disaster that will always stay with me, and I'm sure with many of you. It is, of course, the story of the 13-year-old boy, Jordan Rice, who said to his rescuers, "Take my little brother." Think about that. Take my little brother. We know the sad outcome, but in that one act, we know that something very special was transferred to that young boy by his parents. That life isn't just about yourself, it's about your family, it's about your community. And I guess that's what we have seen right across our state and right across our nation over the past couple of weeks. From the top of the Cape, right around the country, down to Victoria, we've seen people looking after others, making their communities stronger, working together, making sure that our common interests were just as important as our individual interests. That's what gives me so much optimism about the future of our country. So today we are recognising 27 or 28 people for their voluntary work in our community. And I'm sure they will be joined over time by many of those first-time volunteers who came out over the last couple of weeks and will go on to volunteer in other organisations to make Australia a better place. But I also acknowledge not just the voluntary work of all of those of Bernie Kingston and all of the committee here today. It's also, I think, very appropriate that we've got Brian Avery here from Legacy, an organisation that has done fantastic work over the years looking after the families of servicemen and women. An important role, particularly in this community, when so many of our armed forces are on deployment and on redeployment, and redeployment after that, with families living in our local community. They do fantastic work there. But I also recognise all of our sponsors, the Kedron Wavell Sub-Branch, Kedron Wavell Services Club, Next Chermside News Agency, Brisbane Airport Corporation. We couldn't do this without all of them. But for me, the son of a World War II digger, the grandson of a digger who fought on the Western Front, there's nothing that I appreciate doing more than introducing a guest speaker from Legacy. Would you please welcome Brian Avery.